Good morning, everybody. Let's have a look at a bit of an overview. And we did a Patreon live stream last night, so you missed out there because that was the time to buy. So yesterday morning on the video that I presented to the world, I said, look, very likely to be a sort of pullback here, and then we'll see where we go. But hit the death cross on the S&P, which is why we were rejected, and then sort of bounced from there, which is really quite nice. And that bounced from a 21 exponential. So we rejected from here, supported from here, and now look where we're headed. Oh my god. So resistance and then resistance. So everything working exactly as expected. You guys really need to join up. Like, it's the first of the month. You know, it's a monthly subscription. It's only £7.50 a month. What? That's like what the price of a pint. London prices. Go on, let's just go. Let's just get in there. Right, let's have a look then. So Ethereum. Actually, let me just rewind. Right. So stocks don't look great. Cryptos, altcoins on the 4 hourlies actually look quite good. And so you've got this a bit of a problem really, where you're like, all right, so the broader, larger, more powerful markets, being the stock market, is approaching major resistance that could end up in a massive rejection. But then you've got all these 4 hourlies on your average altcoin, and we looked at quite a few last night, and it must be about 80% of them were doing this, and they were all golden crossing. And they'd already done a retest. Ethereum's not the greatest example, but it still is an example of it. So golden cross, retest, bounce, continuation, really. But then obviously if the S&P pulls back, especially in a dramatic effect, then you'll be like smacked in the face. And all of this is going to come crashing down because it's very unlikely that an altcoin will survive a pullback. And pullbacks, believe it or not, could be pretty savage. You know, we looked at it. The first thing we did last night was had a quick think about what a big rejection might look like, and it could result in a 30% pullback for the S&P and a 50% pullback for Bitcoin, which would all be fine because you could get supported down there and then bounce and recover in dramatic effect back to where we are right now and beyond. So, anyway. It's no different to what I've been saying about this S&P rejection, but you just got to think about it in terms of, you know, a plan. You know, I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. It might not, but if it does happen, where's it going to go? Okay, you've got these lower targets and rah. Just be prepared. That's all. There is no one thing that can happen in the markets. Many things can happen for several reasons. Right, so Ethereum, a V-shaped recovery in the making after that golden cross retest. One example. Another example, XRP, a bit messy, but your golden cross took place. You already retested it over here. We got that trade. Now this one was a bit messy, but it's still responding appropriately. What else have we got then? Let's have a look. What's Litecoin doing? Golden cross retest. Okay, lovely. Anybody else? EOS. Let's have a look at you. What are you up to? Okay, golden cross retest. In fact, out of the pile that we've just looked at, this is probably the more structurally sound. I quite like it. So a really nice retest here, and again, front run that retest again. We could go on for ages. Obviously, not every altcoin is doing this, but a lot of them were. You'll probably find a lot that aren't, because I don't look at steaming turds really. We generally look at like decent charts really on the Patreon. So just because I've said a lot of altcoins are doing this, don't go, oh, maybe that bacon-faced stinking turd coin that I've bought, maybe that's got one too. I'll buy it again, buy more. No, I wouldn't do that. Just look at the charts, alright? So that's that, and that is that, and that is that. There isn't anything else to say. This is why I think joining the Patreon might benefit you all, because you get to look at your individual chart. You can present me with whatever it is that you want to look at, and then we can have a look together to see if it's yay or nay. Anyway, for the most part, the 4 hourlies do present in a yay. It's just the same as it always is. S&P approaching major resistance. And if it breaks, I'll be loving it. But never expect resistance of this sort of scenario to break, at least on the first attempt. Expect a savage rejection, really. But it might not. But, you know, this is where we are. 5653. 5675. We've been talking about it for a while now. And here we are at it. So, just have you enjoyed the pump? I have. Have you made money? Yep. Do you want to protect some of those gains? I do. Okay, it's almost time. Right, thanks for watching. Take care.